Today we're looking at 6 DIY projects. 3 are dangerous, 2 are straight up fake, and 1 has negative efficiency. Let's separate the actual hacks from the hospital visits. Recycling old batteries into a power bank. Sounds eco-friendly, right? Wrong. You're building a fire starter for your pocket. Look, I get the appeal. Free batteries lying around, why throw them away? Slap them together, add a charge controller from AliExpress, and boom, phone charges. The circuit works. On a desk, sure, it'll function. But here's where things go sideways. This guy is treating electrical engineering like Russian roulette. These are cells with different chemistries, different capacities, and, most importantly, different internal resistances. You know what happens? They start cannibalizing each other. The weak cell boils, the strong one dumps current into it. Parasitic discharge, internal heating, the whole nightmare. And then he does the unthinkable. He wraps the whole thing in cardboard, wrapped tight with electrical tape like a mummy. Congratulations, you just built a thermos. Heat has nowhere to go. Cardboard insulates beautifully, and it ignites at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. If that old protection circuit dies, or if he already fried it soldering, you've got an incendiary device in your pants. Quick question, how many of you have old batteries sitting in a drawer just in case? Check them. If any are swollen, throw them out. Now. Next up, a DVD laser that supposedly cuts like a lightsaber. Spoiler, physics says no. The guy promises a laser cannon, Star Wars in your garage. Looks cool in the video, but let's break this down. DVD burner diodes are legit powerful, 250 to 400 milliwatts depending on the model. Can you light a match at point-blank range? Yeah, absolutely. That part's real. Everything after that? Pure fiction. First red flag, he smashes a $200 projector lens to harvest the optics. My soul hurts watching that. Second, and this is the killer, he connects the diode directly to 18650 batteries. No driver circuit, no current limiting resistor. In reality, without current regulation, the diode dies in seconds, maybe a minute or two if you're lucky. It's a corpse before you even press the button. That fire on screen? Staged for clicks. Want a real laser? Buy a proper module with a driver circuit. Costs maybe 20 bucks. And for the love of God, wear safety glasses. A reflected beam will burn your retina faster than you can blink. Blind engineer equals bad engineer. Understand? From fake fire to real fire. A diesel camp stove made from a tin can and tire valve stems. The gravity feed design works, it's just communicating vessels. No issue there. The problem is what he built it with. Hot glue. He assembled a burner with hot glue. Think about this for 2 seconds. Tin conducts heat beautifully. Hot glue melts at 140 to 175 degrees Fahrenheit. 10 minutes of runtime, the can heats up, the seams start flowing, and your airtight fuel system says goodbye. Oh, and look closer. The fuel line is just pressed onto the barb. No hose clamp, no wire tie. Nothing. The fitting heats up, plastic softens and expands, and that hose is coming off. Now you've got a flamethrower. If you're building a burner, forget adhesives. Solder, high temp, or cold weld epoxy. Period. Or just buy a camping stove. Costs about 10 bucks and doesn't try to kill you every time you light it. Anyone ever tried gluing a kettle with tape? Same energy here. Painting rubber. Let's talk about why this doesn't work. Guy cracks a plastic trim piece. Fair enough, happens all the time. So he mixes silicone sealant with cornstarch and builds up a patch. At the repair stage, it looks fine. The rubber is flexible, no argument. Then the magic editing begins, because physics won't allow what he's showing. Silicone is oily, hydrophobic. Automotive paint and primer won't stick to it without serious prep. They beat up into fish eyes. He shows himself sanding the rubber to a perfect finish. Bullshit. Rubber clogs sandpaper instantly. It stretches, it tears, it doesn't sand smooth. What's on camera? A swap. He either used a different part or actual body filler. Painting silicone is like wallpapering butter. The right way? Polyester filler with fiberglass strands. Costs pocket change, cures hardcore, and you won't be scrubbing silicone residue off your parts for hours. Body shop guys, you still alive? Let me know in the comments when your eye stops twitching. And now, the grand finale of nonsense. How about 2,500 watts of infinite free energy for your home? Built from an angle grinder and a tiny water pump motor. I'm not kidding. He swears this is real. There's some clever engineering here, I'll admit. He's using the grinder's gearbox in reverse as a speed multiplier. Blade spins slow, motor shaft spins fast. That can squeeze voltage out of low RPM. Smart. Then the circus begins. Watch carefully. The power cable just disappears into the mounting pipe. There are no slip rings. A wind turbine tracks the wind direction. That cable is going to twist. A few rotations and it'll snap the wire clean off. This is a single-use generator. Second issue, the numbers. He claims 2,500 watts from a reverse osmosis pump motor the size of your fist. Its rated output is 30 to 40 watts. If you pulled 2.5 kilowatts out of it, it would vaporize before you could say Ohm's law. But wait, there's more. He connects this unstable generator, voltage jumping between 0 and 20 volts, straight to an inverter. No buffer battery. The inverter will either shut down constantly or fry from voltage spikes. Cherry on top, he zip-tied a non-weatherproof inverter to an outdoor pole. First dew, first rain, spectacular fireworks. Oh, and the wind? Blades spinning like a helicopter, but the trees in the background are perfectly still. Someone off camera with a leaf blower? Classic fake. A solar panel for the same money gives you more actual power. This propeller is only good for scaring crows. Heavy artillery incoming. A DIY power hammer from an angle grinder. Looks cool, I'll give him that. Steampunk vibes all day. Swinging a sledgehammer gets old fast. I get it. So he built a crank mechanism with chain drive and motor. The kinematics are correct. Everything spins, the striker hits, metal flattens. Seems like it works. But any machinist takes one look and says, this thing's doomed. He welded the striker to the arm solid. No give, just rigid steel bar. The design is missing the most critical part, a spring. Guys, without shock absorption, impact energy on the rebound doesn't dissipate. It slams back into the mechanism, into the bearings, the gearbox, the welds. The whole machine bounces around the table like it's possessed. That rigid weld? Death sentence. It's working in pure bending stress. With this vibration, fatigue failure is just a matter of time. When that weld cracks, the striker goes flying. Could be your face, could be the wall. Total lottery. Look at factory power hammers. Check old engineering drawings. There's always a spring stack. It absorbs the recoil. For a home shop, just get a fiberglass handle sledgehammer. Cheaper, more reliable, and you get a free workout. If you see cardboard, hot glue, and electrical tape in a project, that's not a life hack. That's a preview for final destination. Like if you can spot garbage from gold. Subscribe for more teardowns. Drop a comment with what sketchy project I should roast next, and send me videos to review, links in the description. Use your brain more often and keep your fingers attached. Catch you next time.